guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Thank you for joining me today, guys. Last week we covered the top 5 heaviest decks by win percentage on ladder right now in July in Clash Royale. Today we're going to flip the script. We're going to go with the top 3 cycle decks, fast decks, cheap decks inside Clash Royale. First, we're going to watch a pro player play each of these decks in top ladder, and then I'm going to bring them into the arena and probably make a fool out of myself because these decks are definitely classified as high skill cap decks. Any cycle deck, but especially these all below 3 elixir cost, these are the type of decks that, you know, you want to play a lot. Repetition is the key to success with these decks. Learn different matchups, trial and error. If you lose pathetically to one matchup, you know, watch your favorite pro on YouTube or on Twitch or whatever and try to learn from them as well. And of course, practice with your clanmates. So anyway, we're going to share the top 3 decks according to the stats, according to the win rates. And this, believe it or not, Balloon Lumberjack cycle is the #1. It's 2.8 elixir cost, I believe. And it is the #1 win rate deck below 3 elixir in the entire game right now. You know, the other ones, I'm sure you can guess the other 2 decks, but after these 3 decks, the Balloon, the Hog, and the Xbow cycle, man, it's a cliff in terms of win percentages. And it got me thinking, like, why are cheap decks not that viable anymore? Even these decks, again, they're really effective. They do have high win rates, but high skill. They're definitely high skill cap. And is that really all that it comes down to? These decks are high skill, therefore not a lot of people play them, or a lot of people who do play them don't have a ton of success, you know, and that's why the win rates are kind of capped. I don't know. Maybe you guys have an idea at, you know, what do they need a new low-cost win condition, a new cycle-type win condition? Think like Miner. Miner cycle, by the way, is not on the list, believe it or not, and I wasn't lying. Miner cycle, you know, we all can't be B-Rat, I guess, because Miner cycle win rates are actually not that good right now on ladder. At tournament level standard, it's kind of a different story. You can have success in grand challenges and whatnot with a little bit of a heavier version of Miner, but especially after the Inferno Tower nerf, it's weird. Miner cycle, I don't know, any of you guys, let me know if you're having success with a Miner Poison cycle deck, a cheap deck, in the comments below. I'd love to check out your recommendations. Anyway, I've talked through most of the first match here, but I believe this does go into sudden death overtime. So here on defense, the beautiful thing about all of these decks, this one in particular, is that they have strong defensive options. But the #1 rule with all these decks too is you want to get value out of your cycle cards, right? They're not just throwaway cards. Of course, sometimes if you need to cycle to your win condition, or you need to cycle to your musketeer in this case, of course you can play those cards in the back or just cycle them at the bridge. The Ice Spirit mainly cycled at the bridge. But we're also going to be trying to capture value out of the Ice Golem, the Ice Spirit, and the Skeletons. You've seen that throughout this match, and that was just a really, really nice final snowball there to take in the Ice Golem to take care of that last minion horde and get the win there for Mogun. Match #2 here, and by the way, huge shout out to Stats Royale. They're a channel partner here on CWA, and you can actually go to www.statsroyale.com and you can find replays of a lot of the top ladder matches, not just TV Royale. I'm talking in addition to TV Royale. That's actually how I got the gameplay for today's video. We have Crafter playing 2.9 is going to be the second matchup against Darklight, Mexican pro. Both of these guys really, really good. Darklight's playing a Ram Rider Mega Knight deck with the Inferno Dragon. It's kind of like the Vietnam deck from way back in the day, mixed with a little new meta in there too with the Ram Rider and stuff, but it's cool. It's kind of like a throwback with a little twist of the new too. And of course, Crafter's going to be playing 2.9 Xbow cycle, as he always does. One of the best Xbow players in the world right now is Crafter. So here he goes, Ram Rider in the back, and Inferno Dragon's just going to be, and pay attention here, guys, not just this match, but all 3 of these matches, again, to how much the decision making in cycle decks is something that I like to focus on as a viewer when I'm watching these matches, and just when they decide to go all in and when they decide to just kind of reload and focus on defense. So far, we have not even used an Xbow, only 40 seconds remaining. We're just going to set up with the Tesla here on defense, even though it was just an E-Wiz coming down, but we still use that Tesla there. Happy to just kind of wait things out here. Crafter playing things relatively slowly here in single elixir time. Now we go in with the Xbow, and notice he went in with the Xbow because he had a half health Tesla already on the arena. And I don't think if he didn't have that Tesla, I don't think he would have went in there, of course, knowing the opponent probably had something to counter it in hand. So here comes Skeletons getting even more value out of that Tesla. We do take a Ram Rider charge, though, in the right lane. Here comes a Bandit in the left. We have Ice Golem in hand, and you guys can see the elixir is relatively even, maybe even a 1 elixir advantage here for Crafter. Now it's double elixir time. Now he's going to get a little bit more aggressive. He goes in again, nice fireball value there. He gets a lock on that tower. He's using all of his cycle cards, uses Ice Spirit to retarget that Inferno Dragon, and see how we played passive, 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 and then when the timing was right, we went in really aggressively, and we supported that Xbow kind of 1 card at a time, right? We wait for Darklight to make a move, then we react. We wait for him to make another move, then we react. I see way too many players, especially with cycle decks, just get cycle happy, you know, Xbow, Ice Golem at the bridge, Skeletons at the bridge, you know, log. Just kind of waiting to see what happens. And you saw we were able to capture some really nice fireball value. Then we just lean back on the defensive Xbow. Easy peasy, 6 seconds left. It's a relatively easy victory here for Crafter. Very, very well played against a rather heavy Mega Knight deck. Let's go into the third match I have in store for you guys. This one's another really, really good match, and this one does go deep into OT. So grab your popcorn, guys. We have a nice match here in store for us. And of course, it's La Picotti, not La Picotti, whatever the hell I was calling him last time I had him on the channel. But either way, this is going to be a good one here. And he's going against the Bait Hog deck, which the face control deck, basically. I've had that on the channel before recently, maybe last month. Maybe I'll get him back on the channel again. If you guys have any pros who you haven't seen on the channel in a while, or someone who I've never had on the channel, and you want to recommend it, I always read the comments, especially in the first hour after I upload, so don't hesitate to suggest, guests to me. Now, this is an interesting defense here. Look at how well it was played. Fireball saved for that Goblin Barrel. Had the cannon there for the Hog Rider, then he uses the log. That could have been much worse. A player like yours truly, I feel like, and you're going to see this live in just a moment, I think I would have really probably lost my tower on that. We didn't have log in cycle, I don't believe, or if we did, we saw that juke barrel coming. So we played Ice Golem in front of the Princess Tower, Cannon for the Hog Rider. We delay, then we log everything back. Just really well played. Fireball on the Goblin Barrel as well. So here we go. It's going to be a Princess in the left, Goblin Gang in the right. We're just going to use Skeletons. A nice delay on those Skeletons and the Ice Spirit at the bridge, and we mitigate all damage there on that right tower. Almost halfway through this match. Of course, La Picotti was here I am doing it again. La Picotti was one of the best players in CRL West this season. Certainly one of the best players in the world right now. So always a pleasure, no matter what he's playing, to see him do his thing. So a King Tower activation here for the opponent. The reason I wanted to show this match to you guys is look at the opponent's deck. I mean, they have Skarmy, Goblin Gang, Tornado, Inferno Tower, plenty of Hog Rider responses. So how in the hell can La Picotti win this? Well, we predict that Princess very nicely there. Then we have the Musketeer in hand. So no Princess chip damage from the opponent. And then we go in with a Hog here. And the Inferno Tower, look at his hand right now, guys. He could easily Fireball right now. It is double elixir time after all, but he doesn't. And again, those are the decisions that I like to kind of keep my eyes on throughout these matches. Here comes a big push. Again, delaying on that log here. We saw that kind of coming. And Musketeer, see how he cycled the Musketeer in the right lane? Helps out on defense. We did not over-defend. Those of you who watched my top 5 biggest mistakes in Clash Royale video a few days ago, one of those 5 mistakes was over-defending, over-committing on the defensive end, putting yourself in elixir deficit, and then not even realizing what happened when you lose. Because sometimes it's hard to go back and trace, what did I do wrong? It's because maybe you overcommitted on defense, put you at an elixir disadvantage, and you weren't able to really capitalize on that value on the offensive end. So it's something you always want to remain cognizant of, even in cycle decks like these. Don't be thrown off just because they're a fast deck. Of course, you can recover from mistakes because they're a little bit cheaper, right? But doesn't mean that you should just, you know, overcommit like crazy. So here we go. It's going to be another Goblin Barrel. Again, we caught that Juke Barrel. A log kind of wasted here this time, but nonetheless, the Hog is going to get actually one hit there on the right tower, but still relatively smart defense. Now we go in with an aggressive Hog. Of course, NATO and the Skarmy is in hand, but at least we got the Skarmy out of this guy's hand right now. We have Log and Cycle. We also have the cannon for the Hog Rider. We use the delayed Log again. We miss one Goblin, taking a couple stabs, and another Hog hit on that right tower. About 45-50 seconds here into sudden death elixir time. Here he goes again. Now this is a little bit better fireball opportunity, but again, we did not take that fireball. The opponent uses their Inferno Tower and their Skarmy there on that defensive sequence, and now we're going to try to keep that cannon alive for a little bit. Use Musketeer opposite lane, goes right into that Hog Rider there. Princess still alive though by the opponent, but Musketeer's gonna put in some work here defensively, and eventually baiting out a zap from the opponent. We use Skeletons to finish off that Princess. Another Princess is down, and then we reload with the Musketeer in the back. Halfway through sudden death elixir time, the preemptive Inferno Tower is down. This time we go ahead and we just fireball it. So we have Skeletons cycled here. We're going to allow the cannon to just go ahead and set up a defense of our own, and then the Skeletons do not finish off that Princess. We have another Juke Barrel coming down. We have a Hog on our left tower. Cannon is putting in some work along with the Ice Spirit, and then we go in with a predictive fireball on the Skarmy, realizing he didn't have enough elixir to use the Inferno Tower. He has it in hand. Doesn't matter. Tower is down. My turn to enter the arena. Here we go, starting out going into the arena against Adrian D from Meto team. We have Barbarrel, Musketeer, Snowball, and Bats as our starting hand. So we'll see what he does. We don't want to delay too long with any of these decks, but I'd still prefer my opponent to make the first move. So my lucky number will be 240, and 40 comes and goes. We'll go ahead and Barbarrel to start things off here. See what he does. He goes with a Minions, so we're going to go ahead and respond with the Ice Golem and a Snowball. And he decides to poison there. So we're actually just going to go ahead and let all this go and misjudge our elixir is what we're going to do here, guys. No big deal. It's not that costly, though. We're just going to Bats instead. And we basically threw that Lumberjack away, but at least we got a Dark Prince and a 4-for-4 trade, and we get a couple Bats on the tower for literally almost no damage. So what a great way to start things out here. And again, I'm just going to Musketeer in the back, see if he fireballs or what he decides to do. And he responds with a Musketeer of his own. What we're waiting for in this deck, what we're waiting to have happen here is for him to overcommit, right? Hopefully Musketeer will stay alive. She does. And we're going to go with a Lumberjack in the back here. This is going to work out for us. Let's see if he poisons. He zaps instead. It's going to give us a little opportunity to go in here. He has poison, so we're going to drop that. We're also going to Snowball the minions away. We get the Raged Up Balloon. That might be Tower Down. In fact, I'm going to take that. Okay, sweet. Sweet. Okay. By Tower Down, I meant a little bit of damage. It feels like anytime you get a Raged Balloon to the tower, it feels like it's going to be Tower Down. Not exactly the case there. So again, we have the... Oh, check that out. He P.E.K.K.A.'s in the back. Let's see what he decides to do. We're just going to keep stacking. He's probably going to be really keen on getting a poison down here, so gonna try to play some double defense. Also gonna get a Ice Spirit to stop that, and also a Snowball in there. And things are going really well right now. Gonna get a Lumberjack back there. Even if I lose that, that's fine. Should be able to avoid all damage, and it looks like we're gonna be just fine here. So we don't take any damage. You can see the power of a defensive cycle deck, right? If he P.E.K.K.A.'s in the back here, gonna go in. And he does, so it's time to go in. bats. Bar barrel. He has minions in hand, so gonna be ready for the minions. Snowball down, and that's GG. All right, good game. All he had was really minions and musketeer. He had the musketeer down, but I had enough tanks. We'll give him the well played. Good luck, and go into the next one. All right. And the next deck is going to be 2.6. Sorry about that. Next deck is going to be 2.6 Hog Cycle. The mother of all cycle decks. Good luck, Lapo Ferenzi. A French player, obviously. We're going to go with Ice Spirit here at the bridge and see what happens. All right. So nothing happens, so we're going to cycle skeletons. And nothing happens again, so we're going to cycle a log. Our hog was one of our last cards. Nothing happens again, so we're going to go ahead, Ice Golem and hog. And hover our fireball. Nice activation there. And just going to go ahead and retarget Baby D. Hopefully, yep, get her away from the tower a little bit, or him. Is Baby D a boy or a girl? I think it's a guy, right? Anyway, I'll take the fireball value there. Barely hit it. And he lightnings. That's fine by me. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this, and then kite a little bit with the Hog Rider. Might have Lumberjack. No, just a bar barrel. So obviously it's a golem deck. So against golem decks, obviously with 2.6, you want to get your damage. You want to play aggressive, get your damage in with alacrity, right? Does have tornado as well. Ice Golem here. Let's see what he does. Ice Golem. Okay, there's his Lumberjack. At least Lumberjack's out of hand. But unfortunately, you know. Ice Spirit to pull the Lumberjack a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and send in the Hog Rider again. Gonna have to use something here. Okay, we're not gonna fireball this time. Just gonna reload. We're going into double elixir time, so we're gonna be very careful here. He goes in with the Golem. Skeletons, Ice Golem, Ice Spirit, Hog Rider, Fireball ready. And he does go with the Lumberjack. We need much more damage at this point. We're behind damage-wise. So he has lightning too, so we're going to separate. Put that down over there. That's down over here. Yeah, this is going to be a big fat L. I am no... And technically, I kind of have matchup in this one. I don't know how good Hog players always win against Golem 2.6. But just kind of as we thought there. Didn't fare so well. We have 17 seconds left. He does have lightning in hand, so we got to be careful of that. Nah, that's just going to be GG. He has NATO as well. Maybe it's not a hard counter now that NATO's a thing, you know? Anyway, 3 seconds left. NATO pulls it all the way to the other side. That's going to be a good game. Not much. I felt like, I don't know, do you guys have any tips for me there? Any Hog Masters in there? Tell me what I could have done differently. Maybe play a little bit more aggressive in double elixir time, or in single elixir time. I felt like I went pretty aggressive, though. Anyway, it's 2.9 time, guys. And let's hope we don't run into another Golem deck. Good luck. And we will just go ahead and drop off the archers in the back here. Against Trabzon. Actually, Tesla. So maybe he's playing a 2.6 now. You never know, though. There's plenty of Hog decks going around. Hog Earthquake, Hog... There's the Viper deck. There's the... Oh my god. Like I said, you never know, right? So Skeletons and Ice Spirit down. He zaps. I don't know. He used a lot of elixir there, guys. I'm going to go in with the Xbow and see what happens here. Never know what he's going to have. Rocket. Okay. Well, Rocket actually will get a little bit of damage there. Puts us right back to even Steven in terms of the damage in this contest. So... We know he has Rocket still. No, he doesn't, because he doesn't have Mirror in hand. We're going to keep an eye on that Mirror of his. I'm just going to go ahead and cycle an Ice Golem in the back. Have the Tesla ready as well. We know he doesn't have Rocket and Cycle. I'm assuming he doesn't have another spell, so We will play the archers there. We'll also play this. Try to get some skeletons in there, get a log down. It's going to be nice, easy defense here. And the fact that he went with the... I don't think... Okay, that's not going to get a hit. Well, let's do it, guys. Not a typical single elixir play, but he has Hog in hand, so we're going to go ahead and Tesla that. Then we're just going to wait a second and log. Probably didn't even need to log. Yeah, we wasted a log there, but I don't... Oh, we really wasted a log. But the Ice Golem's down. Man, if I had just not used that log and let the Xbow finish off that Goblin Gang, we would have gotten towered down there. But either way, it's okay. He does have Rocket in hand. He has Mini P.E.K.K.A in hand. He has... Oh, what else? Hog. Baby G. Definitely going to take this Fireball value. Double elixir time, you can Fireball cycle, especially... and he... Okay. That was weird. He's going to log too. And he's going to... Wow, he's really going to do that, huh? Well, whatever. Feel like that's GG. This time... We're just going to let that all go. We'll play a little bit of defense here. Ice Golem's helping me out. He's like, I got this tower, dude. Don't worry about it. She's gonna really mirror rocket me here. Let's see. Yep, he sure is. Now he has Skarmy in hand. He has Hog Rider in hand. Doesn't really matter at this point, right? Wait for the Skarmy. And there it is. Alright, GG's. I gotta say, the didn't work out for him. A very unorthodox deck, the Mirror Rocket. Let's do one more with 2.9. You know what? Let's do one more with good game. Let's do one more with Hog Cycle, because that's the one we lost with, okay? Let's try to cop that win before we end the video. And here we go. What do you guys think of these top 3, top 4, like, deck videos? You liking them? They're alright? They suck? Just focus on one deck? Let me know what you think, guys. Always appreciate your feedback here on the channel. So... Skeletons... Kite that. So we just used a good hog counter, so we're gonna go ahead and hog ride. And I'm not afraid to so log that wizard up. I don't care about taking a little bit of damage here. I feel like he went way too aggressive there. And then I leak elixir. The idea here is to capitalize when they go too aggressive. He has Mini P.E.K.K.A back in hand, I believe, so... Yeah. It's gonna cannon over here. See what he does. So I thought he had Mini P.E.K.K.A back in hand. Look at the skeletons doing work, and he zaps the hog. It's really kind of... He should have zapped the skeletons maybe there, but... It is what it is. Keep cycling here. And we'll kite again. Actually, it might not get kited because of the skeletons. We'll see. Yeah, I didn't. Musketeer opposite lane. And... Heck, I think I'm just going to fireball log this. It's going to giant, so got to be careful. Same lane. This... Gonna let that whiz go. Don't have to burn the log on it. And hey, pretty uneventful so far. Pretty uneventful. We'll just go ahead and chill. Now he decides to giant, so we're gonna go ahead and set up another Musketeer Ice Golem in the back. Kind of keep cycling until we get to our cannon. Cannon to pull far side there. He logs. It's fine. Oops, that was a mistake. Obviously, but it's okay. Even if you make mistakes with cycle decks, you can, you know, get back to your skeletons or something like that. And again, plays giant in the other lane this time. This time we will pull that Mini P.E.K.K.A. Gonna make sure we spread apart our troops so we can't get too much spell value. Oops. Should have logged a little bit sooner there, but it's okay. Gonna hit him in the pocket this time. There's no building in this deck, so let's see. Valkyrie will get 1 hog shot, not bad. More importantly, we win. So there we go. All right, good game. All right, guys, well, let's go ahead and just end the video there. I feel like doing more. I feel like, but this is a video, so let's end it there, guys. Again, I appreciate your feedback in advance. You want me to include maybe more pro gameplay, less of my gameplay, especially in these 5-deck or 3-deck videos? Just let me know in the comments below, guys. I always appreciate the feedback, as I mentioned before. Huge shout out again to the pros in this channel. You can find their social media information listed in the show notes below, along with their player stats and profiles, along with my player stats and profile, along with Stats Royale, if you guys want to check out replays yourselves. So thank you so much for watching. A huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out Bren's information as well. Guys, thank you, and as always, take care, guys.